The Netherlands is a land of remarkable contrasts and intriguing paradoxes, a country that both fascinates and surprises at every turn. It is home to some of the tallest people on Earth, individuals whose stature often leaves visitors in awe. Yet, at the same time, the country holds the distinction of being one of the lowest-lying nations on the planet, with vast areas lying just below sea level. Although on the map, the Netherlands appears diminutive, its tiny shape often belies the enormous influence it wields. This small country is, in fact, the world's leading exporter of agricultural products. It surpasses many nations that are tens of times larger in size, demonstrating an extraordinary capacity for innovation and productivity. Dutch women, known for their strength, intelligence, and independence, embody a unique blend of qualities. They are fiercely self-reliant yet also deeply rooted in family values. These surprising combinations do not make the Netherlands peculiar. Rather, they contribute to its reputation as one of the most remarkable and livable countries in the world. Today, in this travel film, we will explore 15 astonishing facts about the Netherlands that reveal its extraordinary character. Let us begin with number 15, the fact that the Netherlands is the lowest country in relation to sea level. Nestled in Western Europe, this country occupies a strategically advantageous position, making it a vital hub for trade and travel. Its neighboring countries, Germany, Belgium, and France, are just a few hours away by train or car, facilitating seamless movement across borders. However, the most astonishing aspect of the Netherlands is that approximately 26% of its land area and 21% of its population reside below sea level. This means that a significant portion of the country's territory is vulnerable to the encroaching sea. Yet, rather than succumb to these natural challenges, the Dutch have demonstrated extraordinary resilience and ingenuity. They devised one of the most sophisticated systems of dikes, canals, and pumping stations in the world. This intricate network of engineering marvels is so impressive that UNESCO has officially recognized it as a man-made miracle. Despite the flatness of the landscape and the absence of mountains, the entire country remains lush, vibrant, and meticulously maintained throughout the year. Streets are lined with trees, and eco-friendly living is embedded in everyday life. The Dutch people are highly intelligent, with broad horizons and a high standard of education. Although Dutch is the official language, over 90% of the population speaks English fluently, placing the Netherlands among the top 3 non-English speaking countries in the world. Covering an area of approximately 41,500 square kilometers and home to about 17.5 million residents, the Netherlands ranks as the second largest agricultural exporter globally, just behind the United States. From fields bursting with blooming tulips to fields of fresh vegetables, the Dutch maximize every available meter through relentless innovation, diligent effort, and a practical approach to their work. And believe me, this is merely the beginning. The Netherlands is teeming with astonishing phenomena and contrasting features that will leave you breathless. Curious to learn more? Feel free to leave your questions or thoughts in the comments section. Moving on to number 14. The Netherlands boasts the largest and most advanced maritime defense system in the world. In a country where more than one-third of the territory lies below sea level, complacency or fear is simply not an option. Instead of retreating in the face of natural threats, the Dutch rose heroically to the challenge and built Deltavex, a state-of-the-art naval defense infrastructure often hailed as the eighth wonder of the world. But this formidable structure is far more than a simple seawall. It is a complex and dynamic network composed of bridges, storm barriers, and intelligent gates that automatically activate whenever high waves or rising tides pose a threat. At the heart of this system are the Malanden carrying gates, 2 enormous steel arms that resemble giant mechanical limbs. Each of these gates, if laid out horizontally, would stretch longer than the Eiffel Tower. These massive gates are capable of moving with astonishing precision and power, closing off the sea within minutes to protect the land from flooding. This engineering masterpiece embodies Dutch resilience and ingenuity, standing as a testament to their unwavering determination to safeguard their homeland against the relentless power of the sea. The most astonishing aspect of this remarkable structure is that it is visible from space. The Deltavex, far more than merely serving as a protective barrier against the relentless forces of nature, stands as a testament to Dutch ingenuity and resilience. It is a monumental achievement that embodies the spirit of innovation that the Netherlands has long been known for. Many of these dams are multifunctional, seamlessly blending utility with accessibility, as they often serve simultaneously as roads, bridges, and even tourist routes. Imagine this. You can literally drive your car along these impressive sea defenses, crossing over them as you would any ordinary bridge, yet beneath your wheels lies a marvel of engineering designed to hold back the sea itself. And the Dutch, never ones to rest on their laurels, continue to push forward. They are relentlessly reinforcing, upgrading, and modernizing their flood protection system to confront emerging challenges, such as rising sea levels caused by climate change and increasingly unpredictable weather patterns. This ongoing effort ensures that their defenses remain robust and effective, safeguarding their land for generations to come. Number 13 on this list of extraordinary facts draws our attention to the women of the Netherlands, some of the most beautiful and intriguing women in the world. Take a leisurely stroll through the streets of Amsterdam, and you will notice immediately, women here truly stand out. Their presence is unmistakable, not solely because of their tall stature and slender figures, but also because of their distinctive beauty. Many of them have luminous blonde hair, striking blue or gray eyes that seem to reflect the sky, and a natural, glowing complexion that speaks to their healthy lifestyle. Their appearance embodies a harmonious blend of timeless Northern European beauty and effortless simplicity. Unlike in some cultures where fashion often demands attention, these women prefer understated elegance. A long, tailored coat, a pair of well-fitted jeans, and classic leather boots create a look that is both stylish and modest, emphasizing comfort and authenticity over flashiness. Yet, what truly defines them is not just their outward appearance but their inner strength. Dutch women are fiercely independent, confident, and resilient. They often lead in their careers and are equally assertive in their personal relationships. They communicate openly and value equality deeply, treating their partners as equals. Tall and self-assured, they can comfortably split the bill at a cafe, even on the very first date, a practice that might surprise outsiders but is perfectly normal here. This openness and straightforwardness often catch foreigners off guard, who may not be accustomed to such frankness. However, beneath this confident exterior lies a warmth and caring nature. Many have embraced the role of mothers, nurturing their families with devotion and tenderness, always making time for shared meals and meaningful conversations. They cherish their freedom and independence, which is reflected in their preferred modes of living. For example, riding a bicycle is not just a practical means of transportation, it's a way of life. Cycling, along with yoga, walking, and gardening, forms an integral part of their daily routine. Instead of chasing after luxury brands or expensive cars, these women prioritize health, simplicity, and living life on their own terms. If you're curious about how to captivate such intelligent, confident, and charming women, just leave a comment mentioning the number 8. I'll be happy to share a couple of secrets with you. Number 12 highlights the Dutch's deep love for coffee, which has become an integral part of their daily existence. They rank among the top consumers of coffee worldwide, averaging up to 4 cups per person each day. This devotion to coffee contributes significantly to the country's position as one of the leading producers of coffee beans globally. But it's not merely about the quantity consumed, it's about the ritual that surrounds this beloved drink. In the Netherlands, coffee time is a cherished daily tradition. Usually around 10 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's time to pause and enjoy a hot cup of coffee. During these moments, there is no rush, no sense of urgency, just a peaceful pause to relax and indulge in casual conversation. It's reminiscent of the old days when neighbors would drop by each other's homes for a friendly chat over a steaming cup of tea or coffee. Despite their popularity for coffee, the Dutch prefer simplicity in how they prepare and serve it. Typically, their coffee is black, strong, and served without sugar, foam, or elaborate additions. They drink it not for an energy boost but for the pleasure of social interaction. Offering someone coffee in the Netherlands is more than a simple gesture. It's a sign of trust and a way to build closer bonds. When you are invited into a Dutch home for coffee, it signifies that you have gained the host's confidence and are now part of their inner circle. However, a word of caution for first-time visitors: if you see a sign that says, "coffee shop," don't expect an espresso or a fancy cafe. In the Netherlands, that term often refers to establishments where cannabis is legally sold, not a place to enjoy a quick caffeine fix. In the Netherlands, the word coffee shop carries a very different meaning than what most people might expect in other countries. It refers to a specific type of establishment that offers something quite unique, and discovering exactly what that is can be quite an eye-opener. Curious to learn more? If so, just write the number 9 in the comments below, and I will share with you a story that you are unlikely to forget anytime soon. Now, moving on to the 11th topic in our series, those famously peculiar and often quite unattractive houses scattered throughout the Dutch landscape. One of the very first things that immediately captures a visitor's attention when they arrive in the Netherlands is its distinctive architecture. The cityscapes are characterized by tall, slender houses with vibrant facades that seem to burst with color, topped by steep, pointed roofs that evoke images straight out of fairy tales. These buildings, while charming at first glance, also raise an intriguing question: why are they so narrow? The answer traces back centuries, to the 15th century, when the government introduced a tax system based on the width of a property's facade. To minimize costs and optimize limited space in densely populated areas, the Dutch devised a clever solution: building houses that are narrow on the outside but extend deep into the lot. Some of these homes are astonishingly only 2 meters wide, about 6.5 feet, but they stretch several stories high, creating a striking visual effect. This approach allowed residents to save money on taxes while making the most efficient use of scarce urban land. But the surprises don't end there. Inside these narrow houses, visitors often find themselves astonished by the steepness and tightness of the staircases, features that have become legendary. These steep, winding stairs can catch many tourists, especially Americans visiting for the first time, off guard because they seem so impractical compared to wider, more modern staircases. Yet, this is a classic example of Dutch ingenuity in architectural design, developed centuries ago to maximize space in cramped city centers. However, Dutch innovation extends beyond land-based architecture. In the heart of Amsterdam alone, there are over 2,500 officially registered houseboats. These aren't just temporary or vacation homes. They are fully functional residences, with thousands of people living their daily lives aboard these floating dwellings. Moored along the city's picturesque canals or gently rocking on the water, these houseboats have become an integral part of the Netherlands' urban fabric. They symbolize the country's close relationship with its waterways and reflect a unique lifestyle that balances tradition and modernity. Shifting our focus to a different aspect of Dutch life, let's explore the country that boasts the highest ratio of bicycles per capita in the entire world. With a population of approximately 17 million people, the Netherlands is home to over 23 million bicycles. That means, on average, each Dutch person owns at least one bike, and most likely two. Bicycles are not just a means of transportation here. They are woven into daily routines across the nation. From corporate executives commuting to their offices, to students cycling to school, politicians attending meetings, or families heading to shops or parks on weekends, biking is a universal activity. In fact, about 36% of the Dutch population rides their bicycles daily, transforming this activity from mere habit into a way of life that embodies a caring attitude toward the environment. The Netherlands is an ideal country for cycling enthusiasts. It features more than 35,000 kilometers of dedicated bicycle paths, complete with their own parking zones, traffic signals, bridges, and even tunnels designed specifically for bikes. This extensive network makes cycling safe, convenient, and accessible everywhere. An interesting aspect of Dutch traffic laws is that cyclists enjoy priority over motor vehicles, meaning cars are required to give way to two-wheeled travelers. The safety of cyclists is a top priority, reflecting the country's respect for environmentally friendly transportation and shared road safety. Culturally, this emphasis on cycling influences social customs as well. For instance, if you're dating a Dutch woman, don't expect lavish limousine rides or luxury dinners. Her ideal date might be a relaxing bike ride along a scenic canal, followed by a cozy coffee in a small, welcoming cafe. Here, Ostentatious displays of wealth are not valued. Simplicity, practicality, and a mindful attitude towards sustainability are what truly matter. Even old, rusty bicycles are cherished and carefully maintained, often used for years without replacement simply because they still function well. For many Dutch people, a bicycle is more than just a mode of transportation. It is a way of life, smart, environmentally conscious, and deeply embedded in the cultural fabric of the nation. And now, let's turn our attention to the capital city itself, Amsterdam. Did you know that Amsterdam boasts more canals than Venice? This fact highlights just how unique and picturesque the city's waterway network truly is, further emphasizing the close relationship the Dutch have with their waterways and their remarkable ability to turn water management into a work of art. There are over 165 remarkable sites and features scattered throughout this city, each one contributing to its unique charm and character. It is precisely because of this rich and diverse heritage that the city has earned the distinguished status of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In this vibrant urban landscape, the police force operates with a variety of unconventional methods. They don't merely patrol in standard patrol cars, but also take to the waterways in boats, ensuring safety and order on the canals. Sometimes, they even engage in lively pursuits, chasing after intoxicated swimmers who foolishly decide to venture into the canals for a swim. And yes, the profession of veledilka is very much real. These are the dedicated bicycle patrol officers who keep the city's bicycle traffic in check. Every year, approximately 15,000 bicycles meet their end at the bottom of the canals, often lost during playful rides or hurried escapes. On sunny days and during festive holidays, the city transforms into an extraordinary floating celebration, where the entire atmosphere is imbued with joy and merriment. Boats drift lazily across the water, filled with lively music, delicious food, and dancing, turning Amsterdam into a sprawling, waterborne festival. When evening falls, the city takes on a more cozy and intimate ambiance. Locals tend to avoid the noisier parties and instead gravitate toward the so-called brown cafes, traditional, old-fashioned pubs illuminated by warm yellow lighting. Here, friends gather to relax, sipping beer while engaging in leisurely conversations about life, culture, and politics. For those seeking a touch of romance, an evening cruise along the canals offers an unforgettable experience. As the boat glides smoothly over the shimmering water, white wine in hand, one can listen to ancient stories about Amsterdam's history, while the reflections of city lights dance on the surface below. This enchanting scene creates memories that last a lifetime. As for the younger generation, they often don't find the need for nightclubs to have fun. Instead, they congregate in parks, along embankments, or in open squares, where they sing, share beers, and engage in lively conversations well into the late hours. Their gatherings are characterized by simplicity, spontaneity, and an incredibly relaxed atmosphere, embodying a carefree spirit that is both refreshing and authentic. Unlike many traditional Dutch cities, Amsterdam stands out as a hub of urban modernity and vibrant energy. Its free-spirited vibe naturally attracts young people from around the globe who come here to live, work, and truly feel at home. Moving on to the next incredible destination, number 8. This city is home to some of the most spectacular tourist attractions on the planet. If you're seeking an escape from the relentless hustle and bustle of contemporary life, consider visiting Heathorn, a fairy tale village nestled in the Dutch countryside. There are no roads or cars here. Instead, quiet canals meander through the village, and small boats gently glide past charming houses adorned with thatched roofs and vibrant flowers. Life in Heathorn moves at an unhurried pace, where locals carefully tend their gardens and maintain their boats with loving attention. It's not just peaceful. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale, a place where time seems to stand still and magic is palpable. For those interested in history but wishing to avoid the crowds that flock to Amsterdam, the city of Utrecht offers a perfect alternative. This is the oldest city in the Netherlands, with a history stretching back over 2,000 years. Its winding streets, majestic bell towers, and scenic canals evoke the spirit of the Middle Ages, inviting visitors into a world of old-world charm. Utrecht offers a delicate balance. There's enough activity to keep things lively, but it's never overwhelming. Instead, it exudes an atmosphere of comfort and nostalgia, perfect for peaceful exploration. And then there's Kinderdijk, a remarkable area where 19 historic windmills stand proudly along the canals. These windmills date back to the 16th century and are protected by UNESCO as cultural treasures. Originally, they served a vital purpose, protecting the land from flooding. Today, visitors can walk or bike along the canals, peek inside the ancient mills, and even have conversations with the millers who continue to live and work within these historic structures. The site is much more than a tourist attraction. It is a living embodiment of the Dutch spirit, resilient, innovative, and deeply connected to their history. Moving to number 7 on our list, it's astonishing to note that the Netherlands is home to some of the tallest people on Earth. Despite being situated almost at sea level, the country boasts an extraordinary height profile among its population. On average, Dutch men stand approximately 6 feet tall, roughly 184 centimeters, while Dutch women average about 5 feet 7 inches, or 172 centimeters. Just a century ago, the height of the Dutch people was quite different, illustrating how much the population has changed over the years. This phenomenon of rapid growth and development in the Netherlands is relatively recent, yet it has made a significant impact on the country's infrastructure and daily life. Many attribute this progress to the population's access to high-quality milk and a diet rich in proteins, which may contribute to the taller stature of the Dutch people. Over time, the country has adapted its physical environment to accommodate this change. Public transportation systems, such as buses and trains, have been redesigned to be higher than they once were, making it easier for taller individuals to board comfortably. Even everyday fixtures like kitchen countertops and public restrooms have been elevated, reflecting this shift. Tourists often joke that they need to stand on tiptoes just to reach the kitchen shelves, a humorous way to highlight how much the local standards have shifted. On online forums, visitors frequently admit that they feel noticeably shorter in comparison to Dutch women, especially when these women are wearing high-heeled shoes. Shopping experiences also become unique in this context. Many locals prefer purchasing clothes in longer sizes, and beds are generally designed to be longer than 2 meters. Without this extra length, a person's legs would hang over the edge, making sleep uncomfortable. Living in a world seemingly tailored for taller individuals prompts reflection. What does it truly mean to inhabit a space designed for the high? Share your height in the comments and consider whether you are taller than the average Dutch person. Press number 6 if you believe you are. Moving on, the Netherlands presents a landscape that is both straightforward and pragmatic, yet rich with striking contrasts. One of the most prominent features of Dutch culture is the way its people lead a modest, simple lifestyle while voluntarily contributing some of the highest taxes in Europe. They do not chase after luxury brands or follow fleeting fashion trends, and many prefer second-hand clothing. This approach should not be mistaken for greed. Rather, it embodies a minimalist, practical ethos rooted in sustainability. The Dutch prioritize quality and utility, investing in durable bicycles, reliable coats, and sturdy shoes. They are equally willing to pay high taxes to fund excellent healthcare, education, and efficient public transportation systems. In social interactions, the Dutch are known for their friendliness, but also for their notable directness. Honesty is valued deeply, and feedback, whether in public or private, is often straightforward. This openness is not intended to offend but is rooted in a genuine respect for truth. In the workplace, it is common to witness employees asking their bosses candid questions, fostering an environment of open dialogue. Such transparency is encouraged even more strongly than in countries like the United States, where politeness often softens criticism. The Dutch enjoy engaging in lively discussions, and you will frequently hear debates about politics, climate issues, or philosophy taking place in cafes, over dinner, or late into the night in bars. Their nightlife remains authentic to their character, casual, relaxed, and devoid of unnecessary pomp. It is not solely about clubs and dancing. It also includes outdoor film screenings, live music performances, and cozy cafes where people can indulge in heartfelt conversations and enjoy a peaceful, relaxed atmosphere. Now, turning to the green story of this windmill country, when most people think of the Netherlands, they envision tree-lined streets, pristine canals, and fresh, clean air. This picturesque scene is no accident but the result of decades of deeply rooted eco-friendly practices. Today, the Netherlands is recognized as a global leader in sustainable development, recycling over 80% of its household waste. The country takes waste separation, material reuse, and reducing environmental impact very seriously, setting a shining example for others to follow. While many nations are still debating green policies and sustainability strategies, the Dutch have already established clear, ambitious goals for their future. By the year 2030, all new cars available for purchase are required to be electric or emissions-free, reflecting their commitment to reducing pollution and combating climate change. Their vision combines advanced natural technologies with urban living, creating a harmonious environment where children can grow up breathing clean, healthy air. This integrated approach demonstrates their dedication to balancing modern development with ecological responsibility, ensuring that the beauty of their landscapes and the quality of life for future generations are preserved. Even within the very heart of the bustling city itself, the Dutch demonstrate a profound and genuine concern for the environment that extends far beyond human interests to include animals as well. In this country, stray animals are almost completely absent, thanks to meticulous urban planning and compassionate policies. Livestock farming, which is a vital part of Dutch agriculture, is carefully regulated by some of the strictest welfare standards in the world, ensuring that animals are treated with respect and care. But the Netherlands' dedication to ecological harmony does not stop there. Specially constructed bridges and tunnels have been built with a clear purpose: to protect and preserve the habitats of wild animals. These green passages are not meant for human passage alone but serve as safe corridors for forest creatures, allowing them to move freely across urban landscapes without risking their safety or disrupting natural ecosystems. Such infrastructure exemplifies a deep respect for all forms of life and reflects the country's sincere aspiration toward achieving genuine ecological balance. This thoughtful approach is a shining example of how a modern nation can harmonize urban development with nature, demonstrating that progress and environmental stewardship can go hand in hand. Moving to the cultural vibrancy of the Netherlands, the country is renowned for its lively and distinctive festivals that capture the spirit and traditions of its people. If you ever find yourself with only a single day to experience the essence of Dutch culture, there is no better choice than celebrating King's Day, which falls on April 27th. This day marks the birthday of the reigning monarch and simultaneously stands out as the most colorful and exuberant holiday of the entire year. On this occasion, the entire nation transforms into a vast sea of orange, the color symbolizing the royal house of Orange. Streets, squares, and waterways fill with people dressed in bright orange outfits, their faces painted, hair dyed, and spirits lifted in a grand national celebration. The air is filled with music emanating from countless sources: flea markets, lively waters, rooftops, canals, and boats cruising through the waterways, creating an atmosphere alive with joy and camaraderie. On King's Day, millions of liters of beer are consumed as citizens indulge in carefree revelry, letting their happiness and freedom flow freely. Yet, as dawn breaks after this lively night, the entire country emerges to clean up the aftermath, leaving everything spotless as if the festivities had never taken place. This seamless blend of freedom and discipline epitomizes the Dutch way of life, celebrating with exuberance but respecting order and cleanliness. Springtime in the Netherlands unveils another enchanting spectacle, as the country is transformed into a vibrant tapestry of color during tulip season. This magical period centers around the world-famous Keukenhof Flower Festival, which is arguably the largest flower garden on the planet. Open for just 8 fleeting weeks each year, Keukenhof bursts into life with over 7 million blooming flowers arranged in themed displays that evolve annually. Visitors are transported into a labyrinth of color and fragrance, walking amidst a stunning variety of more than 800 different types of tulips. These range from deep, velvety reds to rare, velvety blacks, from striped patterns to centuries-old varieties that have been cultivated since the 15th century. The Netherlands tulip season is further celebrated with the Bloemencorso Flower Parade, a grand procession featuring giant floats decorated with fresh flowers that wind their way through the charming towns of Noordwijk, Lies, and Haarlem. This spectacular parade is a feast for all the senses, sights, scents, and textures coming together to create a truly unforgettable experience that leaves a lasting impression on all who witness it. Number 3 on this list of extraordinary Dutch qualities is the country's reputation as one of the happiest nations on earth. It is no coincidence that the Netherlands frequently ranks among the most contented countries in the world, with its children often recognized as some of the happiest. From a very young age, Dutch children are encouraged to develop independence. Many start walking to school alone by the age of 4, fostering a sense of self-reliance early on. Despite this emphasis on individual freedom, the bonds within families remain remarkably strong. Family dinners are considered sacred, a time for loved ones to gather, share stories, and enjoy each other's company, creating a harmonious balance of personal freedom and close-knit intimacy. Adults, too, enjoy a life marked by balance and stability, supported by a comprehensive social security system, excellent healthcare, high-quality education, and a resilient economy that instills confidence in the future. After the working day ends, the Dutch do not fall into a relentless pursuit of busyness. Instead, they prioritize leisure and well-being. They choose to ride bicycles, curl up with a good book, relax in lush parks, or spend meaningful time with family and friends. Their cities are green, their villages tranquil, and their waterways serene, offering peaceful surroundings where each day is filled with purpose and contentment. The low crime rate in the Netherlands is so impressive that several prisons have already been closed, a testament to the peaceful and safe society the Dutch have cultivated over generations. A society that truly embodies respect and kindness can be measured by its fundamental values and everyday practices. When these principles are reinforced by the ideals of gender equality, the protection of human rights, a modest income gap, and a philosophy rooted in normalcy and balance, a harmonious community naturally emerges. Such a society encourages living simply, avoiding ostentation, and instead finding genuine happiness in peace, quiet, and the subtle joys of everyday life. The Netherlands stands as a shining example of this approach, proudly celebrating its rich multiculturalism while simultaneously maintaining a distinct and cohesive national identity. In this country, every individual, regardless of their background or origin, can feel a sense of belonging, truly at home. Perhaps it is this unique blend of freedom, fairness, and empathy that underpins the Dutch people's remarkable resilience in pursuing happiness and contentment. It is a collective well-being rooted in mutual respect and understanding, which allows their sense of happiness to remain robust through changing times. Moving on to Dutch cuisine, it reflects the straightforwardness characteristic of the Dutch themselves, unpretentious and practical. Visitors often find themselves surprised by how simple the local dishes are. The cuisine relies on a minimal use of spices and avoids complicated cooking techniques, embodying a reflection of Dutch pragmatism, common sense, and efficiency. This culinary simplicity is something the Dutch are especially proud of, with cheese standing out as a national symbol. From historic markets to the globally renowned wheels of Gouda and Edam, cheese is more than just food in the Netherlands. It is an integral part of their cultural identity. The Dutch enjoy cheese in their daily lives, whether layered in sandwiches or simply bitten into like an apple, demonstrating their casual and familiar relationship with this delicacy. On average, each Dutch person consumes more than 17 kilograms of cheese annually, making cheese an almost sacred part of their diet. For many, a lunch that omits cheese feels incomplete. It is an essential element of their midday meal. For those with a sweet tooth, there's a treat called stroopwafel, 2 thin wafers filled with caramel. When enjoyed fresh, locals often place these wafers on a hot cup of tea, allowing the caramel to soften, creating a deliciously gooey center that enhances every bite. Another traditional dish that embodies comfort and hearty nourishment is stamppot, a filling winter staple made from mashed potatoes mixed with kale or carrots and topped with smoked sausage. This dish is simple yet incredibly cozy, offering a taste of home and warmth during cold months. Dinner in the Netherlands tends to be just as straightforward: a sandwich, a few slices of cheese, some fruit, and a cup of coffee. Dutch people openly admit that their cuisine isn't elaborate or fancy. Instead, it prioritizes cleanliness, practicality, and lightness, qualities that mirror their own way of life. Their food reflects a preference for honest, unpretentious nourishment that sustains them without unnecessary complexity. The most significant advantage of life in the Netherlands is its affordability and manageability. If you're contemplating moving there, whether for study, work, or retirement, understanding the cost of living is essential. Accommodation costs are flexible. For example, a modest apartment located in the heart of a city can range from about $650 to $1,250 per month, while in suburban areas, prices typically fall between $400 and $78. Utilities, covering electricity, water, and heating, generally cost between $85 and $150 each month. High-speed internet service is affordable, usually between $30 and $40, and public transportation passes are priced from about $70 to $85 monthly. One of the most remarkable aspects of Dutch life is the dominance of bicycles. The country is often called the bicycle capital of the world, and cycling is not only a practical mode of transportation but also an economical, healthful, and eco-friendly choice. Pedaling through the city or countryside saves money, keeps residents fit, and reduces environmental impact. Grocery shopping for home-cooked meals typically costs around $200 to $300 each month, making daily living quite accessible. Dining out is also affordable. Simple meals often range from $10 to $15, allowing residents to enjoy a variety of cuisines without overspending. Other expenses, such as a gym membership, around $40 per month, and household purchases, which generally fall between $150, are quite reasonable. In total, an individual living in the heart of a Dutch city might spend between $1,100 and $1,800 each month on all essentials. If you choose to live outside the city or share accommodations with someone else, these costs can decrease to approximately $800 to $1,100, making life in the Netherlands quite comfortable compared to many other European countries. So, the question remains, would you choose to live in the Netherlands? If your answer is yes, please type 1. If not, type 0, and share your reasons in the comments. I sincerely hope that you found today's video both engaging and informative, and that it provided you with some valuable insights or entertainment. If you enjoyed the content, I encourage you to take a moment to press the like button, as this simple gesture helps us understand what resonates with our audience. Additionally, subscribing to the channel will ensure that you stay up to date with our latest releases, so you never miss out on new and exciting videos that we put out regularly. Your ongoing support is truly vital. It fuels our motivation and allows us to continue producing high-quality, interesting content that we hope will keep you engaged and inspired. As you finish watching, be sure to check out the next video that will appear on your screen. It's carefully selected and I believe you will find it just as captivating. Please also consider leaving a comment below to let us know which country you would like us to explore next. Your suggestions help shape the future content and ensure we bring topics that interest you most. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch our video today. Your support means a great deal to us, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next video, where we will continue to bring you fascinating stories and insights from around the world.